howdy, folks. Welcome to the Trash Mob. This is our first run at Dungeon World. It's a game we've all been really interested in, and we are finally getting to play it. We have been geeked out about this for weeks and weeks and weeks, um, talking about the characters, getting ready for this game. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to kind of just jump in. Tell a little bit about kind of what's starting us off, and then we're going to start talking to each character. But first, we're going to give just a teeny bit of background and kind of where we start. Um, the characters are starting off. They're in a wagon. Um, they're each in cages. Each cage is a little bit bigger than another, given the different characters that we have. But they are the last survivors of a fallen regime, a warlord by the name of, and as the storyteller tries to find the name, Prencog. There we go. Prencog was a warlord that had ruled the western side of this land with an iron fist, we'll say, of course, until five brave adventurers came and stormed the keep and slew the warlord and cleared out the evil. Except for there were four lone characters who were in various parts of the keep, who the adventurers either never found or never bothered to find. So they were kind of the leftovers. They were captured though, and unfortunately left in a dungeon for several months. And now, under the out of the goodness of the goodness of their hearts, the adventurers, they're known as the Five, have now ordered that these four prisoners be released. So we find them in a wagon heading southeast on a kind of a dirt road. Um, and what we're going to do is we're going to go to each cage individually, and we're going to talk about the characters a little bit. So we're going to start with someone by the name of Sparrow. They're kind of a medium cage because they're not a huge individual. But tell us a little bit about Sparrow. What do they look like?
Oh man. Uh,
I know I made you go first.
I feel like I just got called on by the teacher. So Sparrow is probably like barely entering, like on the cusp of entering adulthood, maybe like 19, 20-ish. Very long, like black, lanky hair, kind of like shifty eyes. Um, he looks kind of thin, kind of very hunched shoulders. He's like a long looking kid that's trying to like keep within himself in a way, make himself smaller. Um, he's got a poncho that kind of looks like, in my mind, sparrow feathers at the end, um, and a bear trap at his waist. You know, it's always great to have a handy
Oh,
dandy bear trap.
it is. It is. You never know when you might come across a bear.
hmm
So let's find out a little bit about Sparrow. Where are they from?
Sparrow is from a big southern city
Okay.
called Grey Garden.
Gray Garden. Okay.
Grey Garden, yep.
Okay.
Off the dome, guys. I am the best at naming things.
Absolutely fine.
And let's see. Sparrow is the oldest of eight siblings
Ah.
that he left back in Grey Garden.
Okay.
He's a bit notorious back there. Had to leave to
Ah.
get some heat off his back.
Okay.
And he is, well, he was before, like, he got kind of arrested. Joyfully awaiting the birth of his niece,
Oh.
Pidge.
Oh. Okay. Oh well, maybe he'll get a chance to get back there and
hmm
and witness that. Um. So they carry weapons with them normally.
Yes, Sparrow is a big dagger person. Um, you know, some of the daggers may not belong to Sparrow.
They just found a way into his pockets, right?
It's so crazy. The poncho has a mind of its own. Like sometimes it's gotten him in a lot of trouble.
Yeah.
Uh, Sometimes things just happen to upon his person, and he has no idea how they got there.
It just, it's like the way things just used to fall off a truck, you know?
hmm
How
Somebody dropped $20 and they're now in my pocket. I mean,
exactly. I mean, it's good fortune at that point. I mean, you can't be hating on that, you know.
an unattended dagger, an unattended
Exactly.
bear trap,
Exactly.
all free real estate.
Do they have any kind of religious beliefs? Do they follow any gods?
Yeah, it's more like a patron sort of,
Okay. Okay.
in a way. In Sparrow's household, they sort of pray and worship to a patron of prostitutes. Um,
Patron of prostitutes. Okay.
Patron of prostitutes.
Okay. I like it.
Um, Luck, health, a lot of good luck with health. Um,
Hmm.
and yeah, it's sort of a deity. Um, Pinkelfurter, I'm going to call it.
Kinkelfurter?
Yeah, Kinkelfurter.
Okay.
And Kinkelfurter is sort of like a deity of that's supposed to watch over the health and well-being of prostitutes, um, like Sparrow's mother and Sparrow's twin sister.
Okay.
And so, yeah, and so I feel like maybe Sparrow's got one Kinkelfurter little ideology on him at all times. He does kind of look like a massive vag, but that's
I mean, it's on point.
it's on point. And if there's a mysterious pack of testes on the back of the idol, I mean, who knows?
Kinkelfertile.
Kinkelfurter, you guys should all worship Kinkelfurter. There's no, it protects you from STDs. Who needs Planned Parenthood? You got Kinkelfurter.
Kinkelfurter.
These conditions are going to get really interesting real
Yes.
quick.
You could use it like a worry stone. You keep in your pocket. Rub it.
The heavenly clitoris that I rub. You guys have never rubbed the clit for good luck?
Why is this spot so shiny?
It's made out of copper, so there's one part that is like a lot shinier than the rest.
One part just gets rubbed more than the rest.
Gonna buff that out.
Oh my! Oh, this is going to be a great group. I could feel it already. Hello, Crash.
Yay!
Awesome.
Oh boy. Okay, definitely Crash. Definitely go back and watch the streams. You can see the whole thing.
Mhm.
Yeah. And Sparrow has great ideologies. He's an upstanding citizen. Really cares about his family. You'd never catch him on the wrong side of the law.
Well, of course, of course.
And he lives by a great motto, which is "Be gay, do crime." And
Okay. that
rub a clit for good luck.
absolutely works. The one thing with the characters, they are bound and they are gagged. So the conversation we're really having is really just kind of going on in their head as they kind of look around at their fellow passengers. But he had a little bit of experience with a couple of these other characters that are in the wagon with them. Anything that's come up maybe while you were all sharing different cells? Anything maybe get lost and found or anything like that?
I mean, not that Sparrow would like to take a glance at Killian, but Killian may or may not be missing a knife that Killian does quite like, and I believe is attached to. So your property, my property. Mikasa Sukasa, really trying to push the communist agenda out there. Everybody sits there.
I suppose we are a team.
Yeah, what's mine is yours and yours is mine. I don't have much, so what yours is mine. And yeah, so Sparrow took that a while back and has been hiding it very, very well alongside Kinkleford Idol. And yeah, that's about it.
That's nice. We're gonna move over. This one's a little bit bigger. It's probably about twice as big. And inside we see a young woman with large muscles, large tattoos going down her arm. Probably can't see because her hair is hanging in front of her eyes.
Well, and she's bound, so she can't quite.
That's right. That's right. Yeah, I mean, she can go. she can try to blow the hair out of her eyes.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's talk about Helga a little bit.
Okay, so Helga is from a place called Winter Spring, and she is part of a group there. They have family units, but it's all kind of intermixed. It's one group together. Okay, Crash, I gotcha. He knows I play barbarians a lot. Anyway, okay, so it's from there, and the place is called Winter Spring because it is sort of the weather conditions are controlled by two different gods. There's the frozen god that brings the winter, and then there's the warmed god that brings the warm weather. You never know when these are going to change. It's kind of chaotic. So her people have learned to, weather the weather, whatever it may be, over the years, and they have places where they can, grow crops. They've made a greenhouse just to make things easier when the winter lasts too long. They have sheep. So she is wearing like the big sheepskin, for warmth. You got to share the sheep. They like it in the summer. So
Kinklefurter likes when you share the sheep.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. So that's a little bit. Now her people don't actually worship the gods. They feel like this is a battle between the two of them, and we're just going to leave that be and, work around it. Okay. Yeah, that's probably all you need to know right now. But also she's trying to gnaw through whatever she's been gagged with and is kind of pulling at, the bonds that are holding her.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. And she probably still has her battle axe on her because who's going to take that away from a giant barbarian? Right?
She does not. You
doesn't.
You have no gear with you. You are bound and gagged, and yeah. Yes, Crash. Just imagine the gag is bacon. So,
this is a reference to something.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, because isn't she a vegetarian?
She is. Her people are vegetarian, but they do not get upset if others are not. They do welcome in people who are not barbarians, and some of them stay because they like the culture, and some of them get really tired of all the winter and run away.
Do they consider themselves barbaric, or as other people labeled them barbarians?
They've been labeled that, and
they don't enjoy a good barbecue. So
no, they don't. Okay. So they're very into nature.
Okay.
For different reasons, but yeah, like plants are important. Animals, they don't eat animals.
I imagine them having a sworn enemies called the Pitmasters. Who run their own barbecues, and they hurl insults at them as they go by. Mm-hmm. But that's
we mostly ignore them because we can beat them up if we want to.
That's right. You got to be able to defend yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's awesome. Winter Spring, is that to the north of where we are?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Far north?
Yeah,
okay.
Far north.
Okay. All right. Gives me an idea. Okay. Mm-hmm. We go to another cage. This one's a little smaller, somewhere between Sparrow and Helga's cage. And in it is this salamander-looking kind of thing. They look like they're having trouble standing up because there's bars on the bottom, so they can't really get purchase with their feet, or is it their tail? Give us an idea how they move themselves.
This is Sulfurheart's Crimson Wrath. He is a salamander. He is a including tail length about the size of a human. Physically, he's a mix between a giant Chinese salamander. So his tail's very thick and bulbous and about the same size of his body, but the coloration of a fire salamander.
Okay.
So all black with like yellow stripes and dots coloring his skin. His perfect skin.
He moisturizes. So.
Yeah. Amphibians, those perks. And his searing eyes are, there's a little bit of a glow just beneath the bound and blinded. Are we blindfolded as well, or?
No.
Okay, so his fiery yellowish purple eyes are constantly on the move, looking left and right as he's trying to devise a way out of his current situation. He is from the far west in a perilous, barren wasteland of a place called Zillaflint.
Zillaflint. Okay, hold on. Let me. That would be ZIL.
XIL.
Oh, excuse me. Sorry. XIL.
Zillaflint.
Yeah.
IFLINT.
Okay. So, all right. And it's far to the west.
Very far, farther than you've probably been.
Of course.
Oh,
Yeah.
up there in Canada with your Canadian girlfriend.
Yeah.
How's that going, eh?
Miss Maple.
It's going great, eh?
Sorry.
Oh. Sorry. So, okay. All right. What do they worship any kind of deities, perhaps?
Yes. Sulfurheart is a zealotous follower of a deity that is known as the all-consuming flame. Volderu.
Volderu, okay. I
Um,
was thinking it was Volderu, but Volderu, excuse me.
Volderu sounds cooler, actually.
Okay, I was going to say, do we need little accent points or things?
Yeah, Volderu.
Well, it depends on where you're from, maybe,
Yeah, exactly.
In the southern parts of the land, they pronounce it Valderu. Yeah.
Volderu.
Valderu.
Oh, I think that would be awesome if you had a cowboy hat and spurs.
That's true. He does currently. He's likes to have like a little. When he was first in prison, he had a metal route crown, like a sort of tiara in the shape of fire, like flames. Okay. But that's been dislodged, and he's currently,
of course,
hatless.
They took everything from them.
So. Yeah, he's still has some rags that extend from his shoulders down to just the midpoint where torso turns to tail. Volderu's the god of fire, metalworking, compulsion, greed, and truth. And Sulfurheart first fell in he first left that land following the signs and spreading the good word of Volderu, and fell in with Prankog because that's a great way to find sacrifices.
Of course, yeah. He,
willing or otherwise.
Found him on Indeed and was looking for, worshippers of fire gods. So, it was a natural match. Exactly. The problem was is they
Tinder
weren't there.
is a great place.
They weren't there 90 days though, so they weren't eligible for benefits or anything. So it just that raid just happened on like day 87. So
So close.
yeah, and the other thing is all the HR people were slaughtered, so there's no one to keep up the records anyway. So now, I mean, if they wanted to go try to apply for unemployment, they could, but it's gonna be hard to verify those records. Okay, anything else we should know about Mr. Sulphurheart?
I think that's good for now.
Okay, and we go to our last remaining cage. It's not the biggest, not the smallest, but they seem to have maybe given this person maybe a smaller cage than they probably deserve, because they're really kind of having to crouch down, and they're really kind of kept in a tight spot. And this is, and I'm probably going to mispronounce this, Killian?
Killian.
Killian, all right.
Killian there.
Describe Killian and tell us about him.
Describe Killian. Killian is a human from the east. He hails from the Forest Ardent.
Forest Ardent, okay.
He's the ranger. What do we need to know? He's pushing 50. He's forgotten exactly how old he is.
Okay. We all like to, so.
Yeah. He's bald, got a craggy face, big hook nose.
Okay.
Very eagle-like. Right now, he's just sort of hunched back in the cage, as relaxed as you can get in such a small space, just sort of glaring at the other three.
They really seem to like add insult to injury by giving him a small cage. And what brought him west to work for Prencog?
Oh, well, that's his own business.
Ah, okay. Perhaps to be revealed at some point, or maybe never. Who knows? Do they worship any kind of deity?
Well, worship's probably a strong word. He's a bit on the outs.
Okay.
There's the embodiment of nature, Verdanta, is pretty much
Verdanta? Okay.
who he worships, if you will. But he's been mad at them for 5 or 6 years now, so they're sort of not so much worship as hates.
Kind of they don't return my calls kind of thing.
Yeah.
Okay. I give you all this devotion and I just never seem to get anything out of it. Okay. So they were a kind of a nature spirit then. Okay. Any chance they could be recruited to Volderu?
You mean Verdanta or Killian?
Oh, Killian. Any chance they could be recruited over to the side of Verdanta?
Yes. You mean you're brought back? It's like he used to be a nature guy, and now he's mad at nature.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm sure he'll get over it eventually.
How does he feel about his other fellow passengers here? That when he can kind of turn his head and kind of look at.
Helga's nice. He likes her.
Okay.
They hang out together.
Okay.
He's got a soft spot for people who are friends with nature, even though he's sort of out on the outs. He's conflicted. He's a complicated guy.
It is. It's complicated. Yeah.
Salamanders, he's not so sure about. They've done some stuff. Salamander did him a favor once, helped him forget something that he can't remember. But it's that Sparrow kid that just gets on his nerves. Too, I don't know, happy.
Too happy. Okay. Well, I mean, they say the servants of Kinkleford are generally pretty happy. Sounds like a pretty happening god.
There could be some conversion. We'll see.
There could be. There could be. Yeah.
The clit will change this man.
And then I'm thinking of Jay and Silent Bob. So the click commander. So yeah, I might that might have to show up at some point. So. But anyway, we digress. And hopefully don't get thrown off Twitch. We'll find out.
Yeah.
All right. So the wagon actually, after a couple hours, bumping over, the guys driving the wagon seem to find every freaking pothole, every rock. So everything kind of jostles you around. And finally, finally it stops. And you can hear them get off the wagon. You can't always see them around.
Don't curse us, Crash.
Exactly. And I was going to say we haven't even said one of the 7 deadly words yet, so we had a good run, exactly. Let's say that the 2 cages that were kind of at the rear of the wagon were Sparrow and Killian. And it's 2 burly guys, overly hairy, kind of smelly, but hey, they don't care. One of them kind of opens up Sparrow's cage, reaches in, grabs you, and tosses you out the back.
Jeez.
Hey, go easy.
You kind of
sorry. Go easy.
I've got delicate bones here.
You land in a heap. Your gag pops out. So now you're just still bound your hands. And then they open Killian's cage, and kind of a similar exit. Grab, toss, throw into the dirt.
Wait. My back.
Mm.
And then they climb up in the wagon and they look at Helga. They're like, it's gonna take both of us for this one. Up the cage, reach in, start dragging her out.
I'm digging my feet in.
Okay.
Make it hard for them.
Okay.
Probably like this. Oh wait,
Okay.
my hands are bound. Well, I could still,
Yeah.
Right.
They're like, don't you want to go? And just keep drag you, and just kind of push you out of the wagon.
Yeah, I probably land on my feet. Boom.
And your gag pops out.
Been working on that for hours.
And then they come to Sulphur Heart. And they're like, all right, you touch it. Oh, I don't want to touch it. You touch it. It's all slimy and all that. Open up the cage, and they're like, fuck it then. Grab him, toss him out. He lands in a heap. One of them comes over with a knife and begins to cut everyone's bonds. While they're doing that, the other one stands at the back of the wagon and begins to toss all of your equipment out of the wagon. So you see a giant battle axe get thrown.
I'm gonna follow that.
The bow, maybe some armor just tossed just into the mud. They're just throwing it left and right. And then the last thing they do after they've thrown everything out, the one who was throwing the weapons says, "Good fortune to you. Remember her kindness to you. And just remember, don't come east. Don't come west. Because if you come back, we're going to kill you. Have a good life."
Yeah.
They can
Climb up in their
certainly
wagon
try.
and turn around and start heading back.
I'm gonna find you, and I'm gonna burn you all into a pile of ashes.
And the guy goes, "What? I thought I heard a piece of shit talking."
You mother...
You are standing on a open plain. Really, it's just some kind of scrub grass everywhere, kind of a flat plateau. From you're facing east. From the one side, you can hear the faint sound of the ocean. Maybe it's about half a mile away from you. There is nothing on the road. There is no one around. And here you are. Welcome to the trash mob, folks.
All right. After acquiring my battle axe, I stick it into the back of the fleece that I'm wearing.
There you go. Where's my bow?
You find it. And then there is one thing that does happen. He goes, Killian, you recognize that sound.
Curly!
Loping over the hills.
Curly!
Antic bear. And she comes up, and her nails are done, and her fur is just immaculate.
Curly, where you been, girl?
Comes up and tackles Killian.
Oh my god.
And faintly
Not
smells.
the face. Not in the face.
Faintly smells of rosewater.
Oh, good.
Where have you been?
No.
Was already on fire.
What would you like to do?
I would like to track back where Curly came from and find that fancy place.
Okay. Okay.
All right.
That's an idea. How about everybody else? You're really with mostly. I mean, you know each other, but not to the point where probably trust each other. But
Right. So we all worked for this warlord, so we would have known, passed in the hallway kind of thing.
Exactly. Yeah, maybe you all met in the lunchroom occasionally. And actually something I'd like to know. Where in the keep were you working that the adventurers never even bothered going into that wing? Like, do you work in the kitchen? Do you work in the stables?
I was in the stables.
In the stables? Okay.
I was probably in the armory.
Okay.
I hid in a sack of flour.
Okay.
I still got some flour in some really not nice places, I'll tell you that. And it crumbles and it congeals and it's not.
We won't.
No yeast infection.
I was just gonna say. You beat me to it.
Oh, thanks for kick off it.
Would not approve.
Okay. Well, it sounds like Killian is ready to take off, heading north. We'll say off across the plateau.
Yeah.
And kind of stops and
You're not following me? And the civilization.
I mean, yeah, I'm a city slicker. I've got no skills out here really, so as much as it may annoy me to follow your shiny bald head, I'm ready to go.
I'm gonna
come along.
It's like a beacon for miles,
That's right. Got to watch out for them eagles and turtles.
Right. I'm gonna walk up to the bear and see if I can pet it. Just really slowly reach out my hand.
You can't ask it first.
I'm asking.
I'm asking. Yeah, she'll let you pet her. She'll probably bump up against you. She's very gregarious. Yes. Happy to finally find a person that she can rub against and not knock over.
Exactly. Yeah. And Curly even loves you so much she sneezes on you. So
good bear.
It's a sign of respect. Yeah.
Disgusting.
Agreed.
As Silverheart shakes off a little bit of the excess mucus that's accumulating on part of the skin.
Right. Yeah.
Okay. Well, let's Let's actually have the first roll of the game. It sounds like you possibly want to use Killian. You want to use Hunt and Track.
Hunt and track.
Yep. And for that, you are going to roll your d12 and add your wisdom
D12.
modifier.
Well, that was
Oh, no,
D6.
excuse me. 2d6 and add your wisdom modifier.
Righto. That's an 8.
An 8. Okay.
Managed to follow the trail.
Yep, you managed to follow the trail. It's up through the grass. And it kind of leads kind of uphill. And you can see that, you know, Curly came running through here. Doesn't seem like they really kind of, from what you could tell, followed a straight line. They probably kind of went over here, sniff this, kind of went over here, sniff this. But then you do notice the scent of smoke coming from probably further north, like maybe like the smell of like a cooking fire.
All right. Well, folks, seems like there's someone further ahead. Let's go quietly.
Okay. Yeah, you're gonna go further north then. The land starts to begin to have becomes a little steeper, starts to become a little rockier, and you start to kind of cut the edge of a kind of a thin forest. Sure, exactly. It does lead uphill both ways. And that's when you get to, as you get into the forest, you see probably about 75 yards ahead of you. It looks like a small little village, almost like a little hamlet almost. And then Killian sees it first because he's kind of leading the way, and then everyone else kind of comes up, and you see this forest you see this little village ahead of you.
Anybody recognize this village?
No.
No. As I'm looking around, two of my companions seem to be sporting some nice, shiny valuables that perhaps if they dropped, nobody would really miss.
That would be a shame if stuff just fell.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if that's something that Sparrow is slick enough to do right now, but yeah, maybe when it's bedtime, that's when stuff just seems to grow legs and walk away.
The knife just wasn't enough for you.
It's never enough, man.
Never enough. Well, Kinkelfurter does say, I believe it's in the second psalm, about take thy length when it presents thyself and hide it where you must, for it will not always return to that size.
Wise words.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, that's
who are we to not trust in the words of Kinkelfurter?
Amen.
Okay. Okay. So what Sparrow knows is, all right, when I get that opportunity, I gotta take it. So okay. There's kind of watching the village. You do start to see a person or two kind of walking around. You kind of smell food a little, the scent of cooking food, probably cooking meat. Helga, you do not detect any Brussels sprouts from this distance, but you perhaps could get closer to find out if you chose to.
I'll walk closer and see what I can smell from what's cooking.
Okay.
Try,
Okay. Yeah, let's
Missed what Crash said.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah. There you are.
That's actually not a bad idea. There are a couple people, but yeah, I like that idea. That yeah, as you get a little closer, yeah, you do see these smashed doors open. And let's see what Kinkelferter says about it. The fanfic. But I like that. Yeah, I mean, it seems like somebody's gone to the trouble of starting dinner, even though their village has been pillaged by something big and hairy.
That's too bad. Let's see what's on the
Wasn't
stove.
me.
Okay. So you want to get a little bit closer?
Yeah, let's check out this cooking. We've been eating prison food for months.
Okay. Anything from Sparrow? Anyone want to? Sparrow does have some flexible morals.
Let's see. A few empty houses I see, you know.
Doors wide open at this point. So.
Doors wide open. I mean, it's like, you know, Kinkelferter says, go in. Anyway. If a door's open and you have permission, come in. So, you know, Sparrow will have like a little monologue in his head and be like, oh, knock, who's there? It's me. Can I come in? Yeah, I've gotten permission. And he'll kind of just peel off into an empty house and kind of just in.
Okay. You know, that sounds like you would be using Defy Danger to make a kind of a sprint past any of the people who are wandering around. So I need to get to where you do that.
As do I.
Okay. Defy danger. Okay. When you act despite an imminent threat or suffer a calamity, say how you deal with it and roll. So it sounds like you're going to be trying to get in and get out quickly. So what you're going to do is you're going to roll the 2d6 and add your dex modifier, which in your case is a +2.
Ooh. 2d6, correct?
Mm-hmm.
So that's a 5 and a 6 plus 2.
13. Okay. All right. Tell me what you do.
I'm robbing them blind. I'm stealing everything I can. I'm putting in my poncho. I'm putting in my drawers. I'm putting it in the little pocket I have at the sole of my sandals. You know.
Yeah, when you go in, you find these people don't really have a lot of valuables. You find some beads that are sitting on like a little table. You find maybe kind of an old looking, kind of old knife, not very sharp. And no books, no real valuables. It look like these are relatively poor people. But so you got into one of the huts, and the others watched Sparrow just take off. What's everyone else kind of doing?
Have I gotten close enough to the food smell to figure out if it's vegetarian?
Yeah. Would you like to try to sneak in, or would you like to try to not really power your way through? Let's say you're going to try to sneak in then.
Okay.
To get close enough. So that's going to be Defy Danger. So you're going to roll your 2d6 plus your Dex modifier, which in your case is a +1.
Okay. So 2d6 comes out with 5 and a 3.
Okay, that is a 9.
Okay.
You're successful.
I mean, it's hard to not see me, you know.
Yes.
Huge.
Yeah. You
standing there.
Yeah, as you come through, you kind of brush the grass a lot. You kind of make a little bit of noise as you come through. You think maybe there's some kind of stew that might be, carrots and
cabbage,
celery, cabbage. Yeah. It smells appealing, but you're like not sure. That there might be some rabbit in there. I'm not sure, but it smells really good though.
I'm just gonna stand there for a while.
Okay. Okay. Killian.
I am looking for the good smell as well.
Okay.
I
Yeah,
don't care if there's meat in it. So
Okay. Why don't you do your defy danger?
I'm not sneaking.
You're not sneaking. Okay.
I'm going to go up to wherever the smell's coming from and introduce myself
Okay. As you walk in
with Curly.
With Carly, one of the villagers who happens to be coming back goes, "Oh my God! It's the beast! It's returned! Everyone!"
No, it's okay. I haven't been here before.
Not you! I'm talking about the bear!
What, Curly?
Yeah.
She's a pushover.
Push over, she pushed over our doors.
Curly.
Hmm.
Now, you apologize to the nice person.
Curly starts stalking towards the man. He's like running back and he's got like a stick. I mean, like a big stick. And he's like,
put down the stick.
He's like, but that thing, it's going to eat me.
Nah, she's just going to apologize to you.
And he's like,
you don't mind getting wet, do you?
I guess not. And puts the stick down. What does Curly do?
Curly walks up, like one arm around him and just kind of,
And he's like, oh,
pats him on the head.
I've been cursed. I've been cursed by the bear.
It's not a curse. God, you people are stupid.
Okay. Sparrow, you hear a commotion out by the cooking fire. Would you like to try to ransack another hut?
Yeah, like, Sparrow will leave this one and be like, oh, fuck poor people. You should have more valuables.
Okay. You don't. They are so distracted with that. You can go to the second hut. In this one, you find a sewing kit, like some scraps of leather. Looks like somebody was trying to make a leather sweater or something like that. And you also find a couple copper coins in a little cup.
Yes.
It said Xmas Fund on it.
Oh. Now this is a moral quandary right here. I'd love to steal it, but some child might not get something for Xmas.
Yeah.
Poor child, and I'm going to take the money.
It'll be a learning experience for them.
And if we do know that Xmas stands for Exoflint Mass, which is the traditional fire ceremony that takes place in the hottest months, where generally the most ardent fighters and followers of Valduru. I just said his name wrong, didn't I?
If you're from the South, it's fine.
Oh, that is true.
Yeah.
That is true.
It's a colloquialism.
It's true. Where they often fight each other to the brink of death, and then the loser is thrown into flames. So this child may have been saving up, for a good grandstand spot, to watch the ritual suffering.
Yeah, you know what? I heard that this is really bad for, the mental development of children when they're this young, being exposed to aggressiveness in their lives.
It's true.
So really, I'm doing a great deed for the world, and
you are.
I'm just on a roll.
Someday there might be a Saint Sparrow. You never know. Hey, Sulphur Heart, what are you up to?
Silverheart is grumbling and muttering and pouting and sulking, and sees Sparrow heading off in one direction and decides maybe he's going to slink off in the other direction and take the other line of houses and maybe look for anything of interest around there.
Okay. I think that sounds like Defy Danger, because they're not probably the swiftest of characters, but I'd like to know how they move about. Tell us tell us how they mobilize their form.
So, whenever you see Sulfurheart in a neutral position, not moving, Sulfurheart kind of rears back up and curls up on his tail, bringing his form up to about Killian's head height. Whenever Sulfurheart moves, he lowers his body down to the ground and almost snake-like kind of slithers forward close to the ground, kind of weaving back and forth. So he's kind of making his way along. There's a bit of a sound of like wet scales kind of moving along. Well, I guess they don't have scales, so I guess like kind of like wet, soft, leathery skin sliding along the ground.
Okay, a pleasant slap of leather upon the ground.
Licked up.
Exactly. All right, yeah, you slither into one of the huts. You find this one a little bigger than the others. You're like, this might be like the chieftain's tent, because I see an old staff of sorts, what kind of wooden staff with some markings on it that you're like, well, it's not Voldoru. Maybe they worship. You'd heard something about some kind of nature god or some kind of spirit like that, but there's some kind of markings like glyphs on this staff.
Could I possibly use the move Spout Lore to?
I think you could, yeah.
See if I can consult my accumulated knowledge about something.
I think that sounds awesome, yeah.
All right. So I'm going to roll 2d6 and add my intelligence.
Mm-hmm.
So that's 8 plus 2, so 10.
Okay, yeah. This staff looks like it's not necessarily for rituals. Maybe it is. You're looking at it going, maybe this is like a family heirloom. Maybe it's been passed down through generations. Now, whoever it was in here probably left in a hurry when a bear came crashing in. The staff smells faintly of urine. So, and you do notice there's a puddle there. Curly might have, made a pit stop here. But the staff, the bottom's a little wet, but you dry it out. It'll probably, maybe it has some magical properties. Maybe they just use it to hit people with. You don't know, but you're like, this, looks all right.
All right. I'll hold on to it for now.
Exactly.
I found it. It's mine.
Why shouldn't I?
Yeah, that's a reference to something else I don't really want to talk about in a different game.
Okay. The Curly, has Curly let go of the guy yet?
Oh yeah.
Okay. He kind of falls out. A couple other villagers come over, about 3 or 4 come over. They're dressed kind of faded tunics. They have kind of weird caps on. They're not quite skull caps, but they're, I don't know. You're just kind of looking at them kind of like, these guys have absolutely no fashion sense. They kind of come over and they're, so if the bear's not a problem, and I don't know what else to say, the guy says. And they kind of look at each other like, yeah, we don't know what to say. If the bear's not here to hurt us, then why did it come into our houses, and where did you guys come from?
Well, we just got dropped off a ways back. We got paroled.
Paroled? Oh, were you with the 5?
Well, the 5 had us.
But you worked with them to free our land from Prenkog's evil.
Yeah, Yeah, that's what it was.
Sure.
Oh, awesome. Well, we don't. You see, we don't have much here. We don't even have a name for our village. We just kind of move around a little bit here and there, but we would be most honored if you could return to the keep and let them know that we, the people of this unnamed village that eventually we're going to come up with a name, are going to be loyal subjects and we'll do our best to support the what are those things you call them, tenets of the keep.
Yeah, let me stop you right there.
Okay.
We can't go back to the keep.
No.
Why not? There's a great pilgrimage to be planned that way.
On a pilgrim's quest. We're on a quest.
Oh, okay.
We've been bidden not return until we're successful.
Yes, that sounds like an excellent idea. They do come up with a name. Telma is our village. We took the name from an inspiration from a spirit who lingers in the air and gives us knowledge. Yes, this is Telma. These people really seem like absolute idiots. They at one moment had no name for their village, and now suddenly spirits are speaking to them and giving them names. So
it happens.
Helga, what would you like to do?
I'm going to ask what's in the stew.
It's a delightful mix of garden vegetables with just a small hint of cilantro, and it says, my personal secret, wild mushrooms.
Oh, sounds delicious.
They pack quite a kick.
Oh, that kind.
Yes, have some.
And you start to wonder if maybe that's the problem with the villagers of Telma. Is perhaps they've been enjoying these mushrooms a little too much.
They got lost in the sauce, you know?
Exactly. Okay.
right.
Sparrow, you've been through 2 huts. Gonna make it 3?
I mean, 3's a lucky number for Kinklefoot, you know? 1
course.
sums, 2 sums, and 3 sums.
That you know what? I did read that somewhere. That is Kinkleferter's sacred number.
Uh-huh.
That all of the prayers are to be said in 3s, with interjoining fingers. That is the way. Exactly. So, but as you're heading for the last tent, Silverheart's kind of moving towards it as well.
Back off, you great worm. And I'm going to try and beat Sulfurheart to the hut.
Okay.
We're gonna try to race it.
Okay. Why don't
Race
you?
them.
I think let's just make that just a straight up dex roll. Just see what you get, and add your modifiers to your dex.
That's a 10.
A 10. Okay.
8.
Okay. Yeah, he's past you.
He's going to give you like both fingers, but like also going to do like the little triangle of like Kinklefoot, so like.
Piss off, soft skin.
Hey, she gave you a blessing. I mean, you know. Yeah, you get in. This tent might be more of an outhouse. Kind of get in, and it's a little musty, let's say.
Fuck, man. I've got the worst luck today. I mean, unless somebody's shitting gold nuggets.
Would you like to look?
No.
Okay.
I'm desperate. I'm not that desperate. There's no golden goose in town.
All right. Okay. Yes, Sulfurheart, you get close enough that you're like, ooh.
It's a fitting place for you.
It smells like home.
I meant it as an insult. I didn't think you would actually take it literally.
Oh no, Grey Garden smells absolutely horrendous. With the bodies just stacked together, all the people in one city, especially where I live. Beautiful, beautiful little county of impoverished people. Absolutely wonderful. You'll never find an authentic smell such as you do find in Grey Garden of just absolute piss, shit, and death.
Delightful.
I know, right? It really gets the senses going. Great wake-up call.
It does, and it's one of those things that just Sparrow's like, it smells like home, but I don't know if I want to go back home. Okay. Yeah, the villagers seem a little more likable, a little more amenable to you guys. They say that, well, if you can help us fix our doors so that random people don't just walk in and out, we could probably put you up for a couple days if you would enjoy staying with us.
Well, you heard them. Go fix their doors.
Why are you looking at me? You think I've got criteria for this?
Don't really know much about fixing doors.
Don't know much about fixing doors.
Well, I'm not about to dirty my own hands.
You're already filthy. You crawl on the ground like a maggot.
Oh, shush.
These two.
They,
So I walk up to one of the villagers, and I have experience building doors for barns.
Oh, bless you. What is your name?
Helga.
Helga.
Yes.
Saint Helga.
Oh
from...
no. We don't worship anything.
You don't? Not even Kinkelfurter?
Kinkelfurter!
And one guy goes, we like Kinkelfurter just because he allows some fun. He's not as so much about the suffering and the burning and the sacrifice.
He's all against burning, especially within nether regions.
Yeah.
So, if you have supplies, I can.
Yeah,
start.
he kind of points you. He's like, well, the supplies would be right out there, and points at a bunch of trees.
Huh.
So
Okay.
we're getting paid for this? Or is it just like out of the goodness of the wealth of my great golden heart?
And the guy we're going to say is kind of the head villager.
Head villager.
You think he may be the chieftain of Telma,
Villager.
and he's we don't have anything to pay you. We're very poor.
That's fine.
Oh,
Not
thank
me.
you. Thank you.
I'm here to help.
We're totally going to get paid next week, and I will make sure that I get something to you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Use Renmo, Bird puns are on the way, guys. I have an actual Google, I have Google opened for a bunch of species of birds, so that should any funny word pop up, I can insert a bird.
It's going to be a lot to swallow.
Oh.
Okay.
All right. So I go off towards the trees that the villager pointed at.
Okay.
And I probably know enough about this to figure out which ones are not rotting or too old or whatever.
All right. Yeah. So you're gonna be hacking away for a little while.
Well, I have a battle axe.
Yeah. Maybe spit in the hands first.
Yeah.
How about everybody else? What are you gonna do for the villagers of Telma?
I'm gonna assist Helga. I'll be her gopher and hold her.
Okay. Ooh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Sulfurheart's going to kind of slink up kind of to the side and right next to I guess what we're taking to be the head villager.
Mm-hmm.
Finally, I am Sulfurheart's crimson wrath, keeper of infernos, the Pyrrhic prince of fires, and herald of the all-consuming flame. You will make accommodations for me and my accomplices. We require food, and in the morning a sacrifice.
I don't know him.
That sounds like gimme fuel, gimme fire.
He's burning on low energy.
So, yeah, that sounds like you wanna look into their eyes.
Yeah, I'll just gaze until all their vision is just the fiery orange yellow orbs of my eyes. Very Ka-esque.
We will do whatever you say. We are your faithful servants.
That's more like it.
Anybody else fucking see that? Am I fucking going crazy?
Just like cranes his neck over in your direction and gives like a little toothy grin, twists it on back.
Don't be looking at me with those little blinking fuck me eyes. I'm not doing this.
Don't worry, I don't pray to your weak patron. So anyway, like I was saying, accommodations. You'll give us your place for the night.
You should use my tent tonight. I can sleep in the outhouse.
Thank you, so very kind. Oh, and would you be so forthcoming as to tell me more about this? And I'll hold the staff in my hands.
That is the sacred staff of Umga. It was my great-grandfather's, and so on down to me. It's to protect our village from the ravages of winter, and that we may always be protected by the great nature spirit, whose name is, and I need to scroll down, Verdunta.
And how has that been working out for you so far?
It sucks. As you see, we live in squalor.
Am I
Thank you,
hearing
that would
any
be
of this
all.
from where I'm
No,
at?
you're
Like, I'm too far off in the
you're
woods.
way out chopping wood.
Yeah.
So.
That will be all. Be on your way.
You're holding the rod.
Okay. All right. Yeah, way out in the woods. Yeah, you've cut down a bunch of trees. You know you need to make logs out of them, and
Right.
boards and planks and all that kind of shit.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm not gonna make you roll for that. It's basically gonna keep you guys busy for a little while.
Mhm.
But that gives Killian and Helga a chance to talk, if they choose to.
Helga doesn't talk much.
Okay.
Nor does Killian.
Oh, great.
Then
I had a feeling.
We're
Then
just
they-
Nodding over
Yep.
silence.
right. Yep.
Then they-
Occasionally, hand me that kind of thing. Pass this.
Mhm.
Eventually, we sort of fall into a rhythm.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then
You
they
often
don't.
just,
I
like,
set up the log. She chops the
something
log. I move the splits
Yeah,
away.
yeah.
And, we just
like,
get
trying
into it. Curly's just sitting off over on the side. I don't know, doing what bears do,
Probably taking a nap over there somewhere.
rubbing up against a tree.
That's a good one.
And
I'll
you know,
definitely use cutting.
and that is a great idea. We're gonna say Sparrow. I'd say Sparrow maybe is kind of wandering into yet another tent, and does find a sack full of nails.
Like human nails or
No, the kind generally used in construction.
oh, I see. I should give this to them. I could just steal it, but I'll be a good person today and I'll give it to them. So I'll wander over to the silent duo and just kind of approach Helga, and you can see like clearly she kind of intimidates me, but like at the same time, like I just can't help but like admire her. She's just like so great and big. So just
What'd you bring?
trepidation, but nails
Nails.
for you.
This will help greatly.
Yeah.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Uh-huh. Mm.
Excellent roleplay.
So,
There's
you come
there's
here
no
often?
kitchen sink here. So
I'm sorry, I missed whatever Sparrow just said.
go ahead.
You come here often?
Never been here.
Hey, big girl, come here often.
Cool. Yeah, I'm gonna go now.
Right.
Yeah. Cheers to you, Bogman. And he's gonna head off.
Kid.
All right.
No, kid, I'm man. Got chest hair and everything.
1.
I'll have you know it's 3. Sacred number.
This is Kinkle
Sacred
Murder
number.
with Jordan.
Kinkle's further blessing is upon me.
Oh man. Yeah. So the Killian and Helga just kind of work for several hours, really till it's dark, getting these planks ready. They putting the nails in and really just kind of fixing the hole. But one of the guys goes, "Well, I hate to be a nosy Nancy, but you closed up the hole, but now I can't quite get into it. Could you make it a door instead of just a wall?"
Right. Yeah. Okay. I start pulling the planks back off.
We need those the rotating things.
Yeah. Those.
Hinges.
Oh yeah,
Right.
Yeah.
It's like that
Yeah.
Drake and Josh episode where they forget to make the door.
And that's when Killian, you hear something come from your bear. Killian goes, makes a sound of pain.
Girly girl, you eat something off again.
Mm.
All right.
That's when the villagers are kind of going, "I don't see these hinges anywhere. Where could they be? We don't see there's none of these houses have hinges anymore."
All right. So I'm gonna go forage around for some emetic herbs.
Okay.
Try to get her to,
Okay. Yeah, that sounds like doesn't sound like necessarily a basic move, but you know what? Let's have you let's just have you make a intelligence roll.
Are you saying
do
the
it.
book didn't account for this scenario?
Surely they must have
Yes.
accounted for searching for herbs. All right. So 6.
Oh,
Not good.
no, you find lots of poison ivy.
Hopefully
So
before I step in it,
yeah, no, you on a 6, you found it.
I found it. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. But you do get experience when you make a roll at that level. You do get some experience points for that. That's the one good thing about this game is when you technically fail at something, you learn from it and you get experience points for
neat.
it. So,
Yep.
Yeah, you're going to be itchy probably for the remainder of the night until you can find maybe some herbs to get rid of poison ivy.
Right. I'll look for those while I'm out here.
Helga,
Mhm.
you see the bear kind of goes wandering off into the woods because we know what a bear does in the woods, and kind of makes this big noise.
Okay. I don't know what that bear ate, but
I guess
anyway.
you could say the pain is unbearable.
And when
Please don't
and as
do
and,
that.
and as Killian comes back, he sees an enormous pile, bigger than Curly usually leaves behind. But she seems much happier now. Kind of wanders away from it.
Oh,
The
geez.
the yeah
What
yeah
are you eating?
the stench is unbearable.
Give that a wide berth.
Yeah. Okay. So it's now dark. You really have built more walls than doors.
Mm.
So what we're going to do is, if you were ready to camp in the chieftain's tent, you may, or you can just tell me what you spend the rest of the night doing.
Silverheart's watching this smugly from a distance, and you kind of hear him making little like noises.
How big is the tent?
About the size of the wagon. So yeah, Helga's probably not gonna find a real good spot to get comfortable, and that's when Curly wanders in.
Into the tent.
Yeah.
No.
Oh,
Get-
geez,
get
that
out.
wipe.
Oh,
Come on. Come on, Curly. We're going to sleep outside tonight. I've been locked up for too long.
And she shakes her backside at you guys, and
Funny bear.
I stole this tent fair and
And-
square.
and wanders out. Okay.
Yeah.
or seven
Seven
Curlies. Okay. Anyone want to say their prayers? They have to say their prayers to their gods or anything like that
We don't
before
do
they?
that.
You don't do that. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just going to
The
stare at
gods
the
are their
stars.
own business.
Okay.
Yeah.
And Sparrow, you managed to stay up just a little bit longer than anyone else.
You know, some fake honk shoomy me me's, fake snoring. Everybody's going through the REM cycles. And Sparrow kind of gets up, looks around. I probably stayed in the tent with Helga
Mhm.
because she's all muscly.
Mm-hmm.
And is Sulphurheart in the tent with us too?
Yeah, everyone's in the tent.
I suppose.
Except Killian
so.
and Curly.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
I mean, I already snapped shit from that man. I'm
Like,
gonna
Fred's
go.
snoring really loud.
She's my perfect cover. Love Helga.
How does she know she's your perfect cover?
And I'm gonna go over to Sulphurheart and see if he's got any valuables on him.
Okay. That sounds like you might want to use a move called Tricks of the Trade, where you're able to pick pockets. So you're
Mhm.
going to roll your 2d6 and add your dex modifier.
All right, Kinklefoot, blessed me now. Oh yeah, you know I am blessed. I am loved. There is a God, and it is a kinky one. That's a 9 plus 2, so 11.
Okay.
No.
You well, laying right next to Sulphurheart is the staff of Umga, I believe the name was, which is the latest thing that he acquired. But also in his pockets, you find some little wrapped things. You know, they could be, little, grandma candies, in her pockets, in the pockets. But then there's something that is really even odd to you. It seems like it might be something ceremonial for, yes, like Werther's Originals. Yes, it might be something.
Delicious.
It might be something ceremonial that is used for Volderu. And I'm going to let Jeffrey, describe what is this ceremonial thing that she finds in his pocket.
So as Sparrow investigates, he'll come across what a very smooth smoking pipe. The base of which seems to be made from smooth, polished bone. And the mouthpiece and just the rim of the central base is encased in a bronze sort of crafted metal.
No, you get to a big city, this shit'll sell for a good penny. Goes in my poncho.
Alrighty.
And what's like wrapped in the thing? Like it's just ceremonial items?
Yeah, you kind of unwrap one, and it's like some little. You think it could be edible, but you don't know what a salamander eats or what a salamander snacks on. So
Where does he shit from?
Cloaca.
Yes, that's correct.
I'm gonna put the weird, perhaps edible stuff back in and be like, you don't want to steal food from a poor man.
okay.
And
Right, morals.
All right. So you've taken the staff and you've taken the pipe.
no, the staff's a bit obvious.
Okay.
So I
Just the
feel
pipe?
like just the pipe.
Okay.
Um,
Okay. All right. And then there's nothing really else to pilfer in here. I mean, you could look at Helga to see maybe what she's got. That's entirely up to you, though.
she kind of scares me. But I might do a quick run through on my friend Killian.
Okay. You'd have to go out of the tent to where Killian and Curly are.
Yeah, I'll go ahead.
Okay. Then go ahead and roll your tricks of the trade again, please.
Oh, fuck. Maybe the Lord is not with us in every moment. He sometimes needs us to man up, and that is a total of 5.
Curly is in your face before you even know it, dripping saliva. And Killian, you wake up as your friend.
Oh.
And
what
there's
do
a
you
hand,
want?
and there's a hand in your pocket, and you follow the hand, and it belongs to Sparrow.
Jesus, Sparrow. I mean, I've been in prison. What the hell do you think I've got on me?
I wasn't quite thinking about that, actually. It was
Yeah.
more so the opportunity that kind of really enticed me, rather than, the logistics
Well,
of it.
I understand. Needing to keep your hand in.
Yeah.
You got to practice. Just go
Yeah.
practice on someone else.
Yeah, it's just I'm not the best at this, and so you got to get your hours in to get better at it. Practice every night.
2,000
every day.
hours.
Yeah. 1,000 pockets picked, 1,000 drunk men looted, something like that.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Yeah. No, but good sport. Actually, it was also just coming in here to check on you because your big bald head is a great beacon in this forest.
It is. The mosquitoes love it. Pain in the ass.
You might want to invest in some.
You want to nick something? Go get me one of them skull caps that the funny dudes had.
Oh, I'll fucking do it. Oh, I got this in the bag. Watch. And I'm gonna nick one of those skull caps just to show
Okay.
if I can.
Okay. They don't even notice. You get right.
And it's just like Sparrow whispering, "I'm the fucking best, ain't I? Yeah. Like I'm hardcore. Like anybody's got a finger like mine.
You own this village.
I own this shit. I am king. Fuck the flies, fuck the gods, except for Kinklebutter.
But see, Kinkleford is the one god you can't fuck.
No, not like that. Like I meant more so like like a fuck 'em. I mean like I'd fuck Kinklebutter any day. I mean like a giant vag. Oh, you'll never get a chance like that again in your life.
Oh man.
Anyway.
I think I'm gonna put an adult rating.
Yep.
Alright, guys.
No, it's all good.
The
That's
ratings-
fine. It's fine.
We've
The ratings
had
really being
13. Sorry.
the ratings really being tested.
I love it. This is
I was
awesome.
trying to think of a pun. Actually,
Okay.
before Killian goes to bed, I'll be like, do you want to hear a joke?
I don't like jokes.
Are you such a great sour prune that you don't like jokes?
All right, fine. Give me a joke.
Exactly. This will help you. Later on in your elderly life to be more happy and live better. All right.
I don't want to get much older.
Choose a number, 3 through 8.
5.
5. All right. I would tell you a penis joke, Killian, but I wouldn't want to come across as cocky.
Oh,
It made you giggle, didn't it? A little laugh, a little chuff,
all right, a little bit. That's pretty good.
Exactly. I'm loaded. I've got them all ready to come.
All right, that's maybe going too far. Go away.
Yeah.
Like to sleep.
All right.
Work
Jeez,
on your routine.
forgot the elderly wore scarred from the war. Anyway. And he goes back to bed and he's like, was a good day.
All right, we are going to just advance to the morning. And Curly gets Killian up early, kind of just nudges against him, like, and makes that growl, like hungry.
All right. Let's see what we can get for breakfast.
Okay. Some of the villagers are already up. One of them kind of comes in and goes, kind of leans into the tent where people are sleeping. Goes, big lady.
Yeah.
Not to be a bother. Could we have our doors today?
Right. Yes. Just got to find some hinges.
Okay. Sulphur Heart, you get up. What do you usually do? What do you like to do first thing in the morning besides maybe a good piss? So.
Well, I usually sleep in a lot later than this. This is really costing my beauty sleep, but somebody was sawing logs last night so loud I couldn't get to sleep. So here we are, and I'm hearing something about hinges.
Right. Doors,
Oh, if only somebody could help with such a thing. Oh, I wonder what you would give in order for that to happen.
I get out of the tent, or if Sparrow's still in the tent, I'm just going to, stare.
Sparrow's sleeping like a baby.
I'm for sure. I give her a shove, not too hard, but enough.
I really do appreciate if that's what you want, you ask first, because I really just don't appreciate this whole surprise thing going on.
Right. Where's the hinges?
What hinges?
From the doors.
Why would I fucking know? You assuming I stole something?
I'm just asking if you know where they are.
Do I know where the hinges are?
Nope.
They might be somewhere around up your ass and around the corner.
Oh. That's all you got.
Oh, okay.
Well, I'm bored of this.
Slithers out.
Yeah. I'm gonna go catch up to the villager that poked his head in to wake us up.
Okay. Yeah, you catch up to him. He's like,
what would you give for us? Oh, that's right. You don't have anything. Damn it.
No, we're rather destitute.
Steel, do you have any metal or anything in this sodding piss hole?
Josiah had his butter knife, but he seems to have misplaced it.
Great. Anything else? And a wheelbarrow, a hoe.
What?
A wheelbarrow.
And
It's got wheels and handles.
Like the wagons that we see people come by, the rolly things.
Sure.
We don't have any of those. We someday hope to save up to purchase one of those wheels.
Look, I'm in a situation here. These people need to respect me, and if I can't find any metal for you to provide to me, then I can't get what I want, and that's very bad.
We've done our best, my lord.
Well, you're very quick on the Malord take, so that's good. Give you points there. But seriously, no other metal than this butter knife.
We are rather destitute.
At this point, I'm walking away into the woods to see if I can find some kind of like plant matter that would be sturdy enough to hold up these boards.
You know, Helga, why don't you go ahead and make a intelligence roll, please?
Okay. What is
And
my
make sure you add your
intelligence?
modifier.
Yeah.
Yeah, what's going on with
Okay.
you?
Intelligence is a 9. And I don't know what the modifier is. Is it 2d6 to start with? Or no?
Yours is it's actually a -1.
It's a -1? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, there it is. That's awfully small. All right. So I roll 2 dice, 2d6.
Yep.
Or, okay. All right.
And subtract 1 then.
Okay. So I have 2 5s.
Okay. When you're kind of coming out, you almost step in Carly's pile. Your foot was just about to, and you see just a little glint of metal, just tiny, something sticking out of the pile.
I look for a stick and I poke at that because I'm not touching it.
Okay. You kind of move some flies, and it looks like a hinge.
Huh.
They
Okay.
lied. They did have metal.
They didn't. Well, yeah.
At one time.
All right. So I'm just gonna use the stick and keep poking.
Okay.
And
All
try
right.
to get enough hinges for everybody's door.
Yeah. You come across 6 hinges. Curly must have really enjoyed themselves when they came through, because they seem to have eaten their way through the doors, not necessarily smashed them.
All right.
Must have been something good smelling on the inside.
Who knows?
Talk about hinging on our success.
But yeah, you've got you can moving around through the piles, and you find 6 hinges. But yeah, it's actually not. No, you cannot make hinges out of those vines.
Okay.
But yeah, Killian, you're still really itchy.
Yeah.
Would you like to perhaps forage again?
I would.
Okay.
So just wisdom.
Yeah.
We did last time. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, much better this time. I got a 12 plus 2 for 14.
Okay. Yeah, you find some herbs that can be ground up to help get away, to kill the itch of poison ivy.
Excellent. So I'm going to spend the morning making salve and getting breakfast.
Okay. Sounds good.
Hunt around for berries and whatnot while I'm out there.
Okay.
Forage of opportunity.
There you go. Helga, you maybe use a rag or something like that that you maybe found in the village to carefully pick up the hinges and bring them back into the village.
Right. Right.
Sulfurheart, that's when you notice something shiny in her hands.
What's that?
Hinges.
They had metal.
You kind
I
of
think the bear ate them.
That villager was holding out on you. They did have some metal.
well, somebody's going to burn for this. He'll just kind of slither back off.
Ominous statement and runs away.
Yeah, Sparrow, you finally got yourself up, stretching, maybe looking for the continental breakfast. It's not being served at the moment, and you see Killian is making some kind of salve. in over by the cooking fire. Sulphur Heart goes slithering away with a kind of a look of disgust on his face. Perhaps he always looks disgusted. We'll determine that over time. And Helga is kind of wiping something off and shaking something out, and then kind of it seems like she's kind of starting to work on maybe putting up these doors.
Yeah, I've got everything in my line of sight now.
Mm-hmm. That would be an interesting thing for Sulphur Heart to help with if he wasn't such a selfish prick.
Right,
So,
right.
Yeah.
I might just follow Sulphur Heart out of the goodness of my heart and go antagonize him.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So now you've got an annoying little brother following you.
I probably don't even notice, honestly, because so far it's pretty intent.
Okay. All right. Killian, yeah, you have your salve now. The itchy is starting to go away.
Good.
Cur-
Hopefully I didn't have to strip down too much.
Curly comes back dragging like a branch that had some berries on it. Looks like she just like smashed a branch and dragged it back and kind of shoves the branch over towards you.
Oh, thanks, girl. Let's pick off all the berries, get things started. Toss a few at her, like catch.
And
Let's see if we can rustle up some eggs or something.
In the meantime, Helga, you managed to finish the doors.
Yep.
Getting towards about midday at this point. So then the villagers, the chieftain is kind of wondering. He's like, "Where is our Lord of Flames? Where has he gotten to?"
Slithered off.
Oh, yeah. Okay, that one.
"He has abandoned us in our moment of need." And he starts to just fall on his knees, and it looks like he's having a mental breakdown. All the villagers fall. "We are doomed. Our Lord had come to save us, and now we are living even further squalor than we already lived in."
Well, you have doors now.
All your problems are solved. Not a single word will hit you again.
And he looks over at Helga like, "You gotta be fucking kidding me."
It's like, my entire family is dead, but you have doors.
I mean, you said you wanted help with the doors. There you are.
Amazing.
We are gonna move out to the woods. Sulphur Heart, how far are you going to? How far away are you going to brood?
Probably. I'm just gonna go to the nearest flammable-looking patch.
Okay. Okay.
Somewhere where there's a lot of shrubbery or undergrowth.
Okay. And what would you like to do?
I'll reach into my pocket to go look for my smoking pipe to help calm me down.
Don't find it.
Start patting myself. Where is? I don't want a snack right now. What? Where is it?
You're good, bruv. You got poison ivy or what? Or is this like kind of like foreplay or something? I'm not really. If you want to be like left alone, I'll leave you alone.
You just see one of his bulbous eyes start twitching.
You should really get that checked out. Kinklefoot is really against diseases, that bring us harm. And so maybe if you spent like a little bit more of your time not being such a massive dick, you could like actually be healed. And it was like right now, like you're a syphilis-ridden dick, but like you could be just like a chode.
Do you ever tire of hearing yourself?
Not really. I've got immense stamina. It's part of the gift I've been given by God. And I think I've got a lovely voice. All the ladies say I do, and the men. Uh,
It was you, wasn't it? Where is my pipe?
I don't know what you're packing, but I'm sure you've got it on you.
And Silverheart's gonna rear up to his full height and gaze down at Sparrow. I want it back.
That is the same thing my little sister Goose says whenever, somebody steals her favorite shiny rock, and nobody has the shiny fucking rock. I really don't know what beef you got with me, bruv, but you best check yourself before you wreck yourself, because I'm not the one to play with, and I'm gonna just kind of push him in his chest.
Okay.
Look deep into my eyes.
I'm not about this little funny romance stuff. That is not how you start off, man. I'm not into you.
Sounds like you're using "Gimme Fuel, Gimme Fire."
I'd like
no.
to.
Is that what he's doing?
Yeah, trying to get her to get him to tell me the truth.
Okay. You say, what fuels the flames of your desire?
Fuels the flames of your desire.
And you have to answer truthfully.
I'm the only breadwinner in my family.
Heavy responsibility there. Leads one to have some sticky fingers, wouldn't it?
I mean, if you had 7 siblings, yeah. But that's neither here nor there.
I had 28. We spawn, after all.
Your poor parents. The amount they must put into your educational fund is immense.
Well, most of them are dead, so that's not a worry there.
Oh, I mean, your poor parents. And you lost some siblings. You want to chat about it? I've got a great friend back in my hometown. He says that talking it out can really get all those burning questions off your chest.
Burning questions. Yes, well, not really much to share there. I killed some of them.
I don't really know what to say to that.
I'm not asking you to say anything. I'm asking you to simply return anything that might belong to me.
Well, unless it's your patience, I'm afraid I ain't got it. I don't know what pipe you're talking about, man. You're just chatting absolute shit.
I'll ignite my burning brand.
Okay.
There's a whoosh sound, and with a flick of my wrist, Silverheart's hand lights on fire.
Okay.
Immediately, you see him reach into the poncho, and he takes out 2 daggers and straight at Silverheart's neck. He's like, "You don't want to try it. You really don't want to try it." See, I'm a little too pretty to be getting banned, right? So here's what we're gonna do. You're gonna go back to whatever little maggot nest you came back from with your shitty ass attitude, and you're gonna think about what you said to me, and maybe, if you've got some good graces about you, apologize, because you're really just accusing me out of nowhere, making some assumptions about my character that might not even be true, which is really bad on your part. And me, I'm gonna go fuck off back to the tent, because I'm tired of this. And so that's how we're gonna play this game. Capiche, capuche, and I'm gonna start walking away.
I've got better skin than you anyway. I'll distinguish the flames.
And as Sparrow's walking back, he's just absolutely sweating, and he's like, "Oh my god." And he's like, but then it's kind of absolute nervousness. He takes a second to go breathe against a tree, and he's like, "Oh my god, I am badass. I'm the best. Oh my god, I am the best." And he goes about his day, and he's like, "Ain't nobody gonna touch me. There's nothing against this."
So Sparrow returns to the village then?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Pipe in poncho.
Okay. And that is where the villagers are on their knees crying, wailing, perhaps gnashing their teeth, crying about where has the fire lord gone.
He went to go take a piss. A
He
fiery piss.
urinates.
Yeah.
Oh, then we must go collect some. And he waves to one of the other ones. They go get the cup. But the cup is holding the Xmas fund. We need the cup more than we need that money. And they go scurrying back in, and he's like, the guy comes out and he's like shaking the couple coins, and he's thumbs, kind of. And the leader yells, hurry, go collect the sacred urine. And the guy goes scrambling off to go find Sulphur Heart.
Am I watching all this going on?
Yes.
Yeah. It's just like...
When did these people join a cult?
I think like maybe 17 hours ago.
Yeah.
Ah, okay.
Sulphur Heart. You returning or still brooding?
Brooding for a little bit, and then I think I will. It will cross my mind. It has been a little while since I have used the restroom, so I will go do my thing.
Find a restroom in the woods.
Yeah.
I am the prophet. I feel.
And you hear this meek voice says, "My lord, don't waste it yet." And this guy comes up with this old rusty cup. And he's like, we would collect your essence.
What is wrong with you?
I was just told that you are the Fire Lord. We must collect your urine.
Fire Lord Ozai.
Oh, while you're here, I am finding myself short of a pipe.
We know that smoking is bad for your health. We may not be very wealthy or live in good surroundings, but we do know that tobacco is bad for your health.
Yes, smoking is bad for your health. And I'll ignite Burning Brand.
I'm not gonna make you roll for it. He's just stumbling backwards. He's like, don't turn me to ash, my Fire Lord.
Do it.
I don't have. Why would I heap a pipe? I know the evils of smoking.
Well, it's not you that I need. Just some bone. And all right, this is what this character's like. Bold move. I'll lash out at him for a Burning Brand because I need a new pipe.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead and it's your roll your 2d6 and your Constitution modifier.
Okay. And then I need to figure out what kind of Burning Brand I'm working with here.
Okay.
Shit just
Okay.
got
Choose two
complicated.
of the choose one. Okay.
Should have a
So-
chain reaction. I didn't realize it was going to happen. Practically murdered this man myself. How am I going to sleep at night now? Like a baby.
That's what I was gonna say, like a baby.
All right. So the Burning Brand currently has Fiery, Touch, Dangerous, and 3 uses tags.
Okay.
That's all I get.
Okay.
So it's my what did you say? Sorry, it's 2d6 plus Constitution.
2d6 plus your Constitution. Yeah.
Okay. Shoot, not great. 7.
Okay. You can choose one of the tags in this case. So what effect are you kind of looking for in it? Is he like touching? Is he throwing something?
Yeah, I'll say I'll kind of lean into the dangerous because this he's probably on the defensive and scurrying away, and I'm in a bit of a vengeful mood today.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I'll just kind of lash out with I'll take it all out on him.
Okay.
Kind of regardless of my surroundings.
Okay. he is totally not expecting this. Is completely unarmed. I am not even going to really worry about damage in this case. Um, you hit him. Describe exactly kind of what you do to him.
So it's like I hold on to him with both of my hands, and they both got fire going,
Mhm.
and there's a little bit of really flexible throat folds around his neck,
Mhm.
and Silverheart inhales deeply, and his neck folds kind of bulge out, almost like a frog. And there's an intense warmth that begins radiating off of it.
Mhm.
And he just leans forward in this villager's face and just spews out fire.
Yeah, you pretty much melt his head, and this bloody headless corpse falls at your feet as you stare intently towards the village. And I think that's where we're going to end it for tonight.
What
So,
a lovely image.
yes, I really thought that was a blast. I'm really looking forward to more from this group. Yeah. So what do folks feel so far? How do you like it?
I love this.
It's fun.
Great.
Yeah.
Jesus, do you know how hot you have to breathe to melt bone?
I don't want to have to melt all the bone.
We will see what happens next week, next Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern. See what happens to the hapless villagers of Telma. Okay. What I'd like to do is give my players a chance to introduce themselves. If you have anything going on that you'd like to plug, advertise anything, you're welcome to it. And and Jen is used to the drill.
Yep.
So I'll let Jen go first.
Okay, I'm Jen, and when I'm not playing a barbarian, which I have a lot of those, really, I'm the host of the Shattered Soulstone podcast. It's about the Diablo series of games and what the company's doing and all that other stuff. New episodes come out every Saturday, and you can find it at shatteredsoulstone.com.
Okay. And let's go to Vivi. You got anything going on? You wanna advertise? That was an amazing first performance in this game.
Oh man. Hi guys, I'm Vivi, college student. So I'm not really doing much that needs to be advertised, but do follow Kinkelfurter and
There has to be a Twitter account now.
I'll make a Twitter account.
Yeah, please do.
He preaches safe sex, condoms, lube, consent, and above all, one sums, two sums, and three sums. If you want to get crazy and use the number 4 to 5, I mean, go ahead, but it's not part of the tenets.
The sacred 3.
Sacred 3. It's the most stable number.
It is. And I expect a Wikipedia page soon for this, for the worship of God.
I want one of the fans to go ahead and start
Please
sparking
do.
ideas.
If anyone wants to start on that, please do. Let's go with Jeffrey on Mr. Sulphurheart.
Well, how am I supposed to follow that up?
With evil.
Evil. Go big or go home. So I'm Jeffrey. I am a voice actor, illustrator, tabletop RPG enthusiast. If you follow at @JGaleBankArt on most social media platforms, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok, you'll see what I'm up to. Getting into more stuff pretty soon here. I've taken a little bit of a break to focus on other things, but I'm getting back into that soon. So yeah, always awesome.
Awesome. And I'd like to say that he did all the artwork for these characters,
Yes,
which is awesome.
So well of each one.
Yeah. Just and that is, when we saw those initial sketches, we were just like, oh, we can we were all talking about these characters, and we're just like, oh my God, to now see them, we're just like, and I like begged, I was like, please, could you please do these? It's so
It was like a baby
awesome.
was born. We were like, oh my God. It's
Yeah.
here.
It's one of the times where it's just like we were talking and everybody's getting excited, and I was like, I am inspired to create. Like,
Yeah.
tons of fun.
Yeah, that was freaking awesome. And hey, Q, what you got going on?
Hey guys, I'm Q. You can find me sometimes on Twitter. I'm not on as much anymore at Q Hudspeth. Q Hudspeth pretty much anywhere. I have little social accounts, keep opening them and never using them. So mostly I'll be on Twitter, or you can find me at Mobius World. So you can join the Mobius World's Discord. You can find me at Restless Barbarian on the Discord, that kind of stuff. I'll see that more often than anything. What do I do? A little bit of lots of stuff. I write some RPG work with Mobius Worlds. I help run the Patreon there, and like Jeffrey, I'm a avid gamer of all sorts, whether it be tabletop or video or whatever. So that's pretty much me.
All righty. Well, thank you. And again, I'd like to thank everyone who contributed tonight. We love when people join the chat and give us suggestions. I mean, you gave me a name for a village. It is now Telma. It's canon. So these people were too stupid to come up with their own name for the village, and the GM didn't quite have a reference right away. So I love things like that. And if it's good ideas, it becomes canon. So you kind of join the story as well. We will be back next Wednesday at 8:00 for the second part of the story, and to continue to see where these couple of them are wretched people. Actually, just Soul for Hearts, just wretched. I think the other ones are probably going to be all right.
Most of us are just despondent.
Exactly. So we. Oh, here we go.
Oh, this is from other things.
You find an NPC named Kevin. You have given me an idea, Crash.
Wow.
And the infamous Kevin may show up at some point. So
one of them.
We'll fill you in. It's generally a bad idea. But yeah. So thank you again for everybody watching. If this is your first time here, welcome. Please make sure you give us a like and subscribe. We really enjoy this game, and we're looking forward to playing it again next week. So we got to wrap up. We're at about our time. But thanks again, everybody watching. We will see you next week. Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.